The court is taking a break for the Yom Kippur holiday, and proceedings are set to resume tomorrow. Several members, including the leader of the far-right militia group, the Oath Keepers, are facing seditious conspiracy charges. The extremist group has been at the center of investigations into the Capitol assault. For more on all this, let's bring in CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion. Hey there, Nikole.
Nikole, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon to you.
What are the key revelations from day 2 of this trial?
Well, I think perhaps what was most interesting are these secret recordings that were actually played in court, as well as some text messages that were obtained from the Oath Keepers group. And in essence, it kind of shows just how far the group was potentially willing to go in terms of a potential plot to potentially stop the transfer of power, although certainly that is something that the defense tried to poke holes in. But in terms of this recording that was played out in court, you hear the leader of the Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes, in essence, kind of holding this planning meeting where they were, for instance, discussing what types of weapons could be brought into Washington, D.C., where they were talking about kind of being ready to stand up to back up the former president if, in fact, for instance, he invoked the Insurrection Act, that they should kind of be prepared to stand up and take arms, if you will. So some really interesting revelations there. But as I mentioned, the defense did try to poke holes in that, saying that, was this really about planning for January 6th, or was this more so for an upcoming rally that was taking place? Because this call occurred just in the days after the election and after the election was called. And so there was, at the time, a rally that was taking place in Washington in mid-November. And so, in essence, the defense was trying to say, well, weren't these details more so for this rally in mid-November, not January 6th? Did you ever hear the date January 6th come up? So that is more or less what occurred in court on that second day. And as you mentioned, the court taking a brief pause today for the holiday, but will resume again tomorrow.
Well, Nikole, as we're talking about former President Trump, there was some breaking news on that front yesterday. He wants the Supreme Court to weigh in on the investigation into classified documents taken by the FBI at his Mar-a-Lago estate. What is he hoping to achieve here, and how likely is it that the Supreme Court will take him up on his request?
Well, as you very well know, this is not the first time that the former president has called on the Supreme Court to weigh in on a legal matter involving him. In this case, though, it is kind of more of a technical request, if you will. Basically, the former president's lawyers are arguing that they want this special master to be able to review, I believe it's approximately 100 classified documents that were seized in that search a couple of weeks back. And so in terms of that review, this is something that the Department of Justice, they have access to these documents, but they would like the special master to have access as well. And basically, there was a ruling recently in an 11th appellate court ruling, 11th Circuit Court appellate ruling that, in essence, just said that these documents should be reserved for the Department of Justice investigation. So basically, again, the former president's lawyers are saying, hey, well, we think the special master should have access to these documents, too. So it doesn't really question what should be reviewed or why things are being reviewed, but more it's an access
Very
issue.
Technical, then. All right. Nikole, appreciate you helping us make sense of all of that.
Thank you, Nikole.
You bet.